Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Herni Sriani binti Khairudin. My metric number is 263405 and I will play a role as a general manager.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Normaira binti Rosli and my position is as a sales and marketing manager.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Nura Akmal binti Mansur and my metric number is 261834. My role is a housekeeping manager.
My name is Nur Zaiti Akhtar binti Abdul Aziz. My metric number is 261686 and I play the role as front office manager.
Hello and good day everyone. My name is Desiree and Anna Lucid and my metric number is 261645. I am from Food and Beverage Department.
Hotel Bunga Padi's General Manager Mrs. Herni has called upon a meeting with all the department heads on Friday. The meeting was attended by the front office manager, housekeeping manager, F&B manager, and sales marketing manager. The objective of this meeting is to gather recommendations for improvements and the latest technology to reduce face-to-face interaction between guests and staff to cut the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming today. I hope everyone is doing well. Our meeting today will discuss the recommendation for improvement and technologies that will be used in each department. I want to know how each department improves their new SOP and leverage the latest technology in handling hotel operation during COVID-19 pandemic. All departments need to come up with their recommendation on new SOP and technology that can help reduce face-to-face interaction between hotel guests and staff. I hope all department managers have their respective recommendation and can be discussed in our meeting today. Alright, so can we start our meeting by listening to recommendation made by Sales and Marketing Department?
Sales and marketing department. Since the COVID-19 virus spread all over the country, people prefer to be safe at home rather than outdoors. Sales and marketing department is responsible for undertaking an initiative that can be an attraction to tourists so that they go out on vacation and use hotel services. The sales and marketing department should attract customers by ensuring the hotel will tighten customer SOPs and use the latest technology to reduce customer interaction. First, we use virtual event. It is to promote virtual event as a convenient meeting platform. Virtual events are events that are conducted online without the need for face-to-face contact. By implementing virtual events, events can not only run smoothly but also the distance between customers can be maintained. The hotel is equipped with complete technological equipment. Any organization wishing to use technological equipment to hold events such as seminars, meetings, and other company events can be held at the hotel. And second, webinar or make a FAQ video. Webinar is used to help the customer to know more about the hotel. By conducting a webinar, it is a very effective way to answer frequently asked questions about the hotel, amenities, new product or services provided by the hotel. Hotel also can create a FAQ video and post to social media, YouTube or hotel website to make it easier for customers to obtain information and avoid the gathering of guests at the front desk of the hotel. It also can reduce face-to-face interactions and can curb transmission of COVID-19 virus. Next is digital assistant. Digital assistant help guests by using their voice only to control the technology. Use advanced technology to check in and check out or open door rooms for guests to access their room without touching the door. Amazon's Alexa or Google's Assistant help guests use to control technology only by using voice. And hotels will use this technology to allow guests to use their voice to open the curtains, switch on the lights, or turn on the TV, and get basic information including news and weather. By this way, it will minimize physical interaction with employees and guests. And lastly is QR code. Quick answer code, or usually known as QR code, is a universal symbol consisting of a series of characters. Hotel may use the QR code to make an online booking, check in and check out, or order food from the hotel restaurant. QR code can be used by mobile phone guests without touch or physical contact with employees. QR code can also be obtained if guests want to order room service or access the room service menu in their room using their mobile phone without talking to the hotel employees face to face. The order will be sent directly to the kitchen and they will prepare the food and beverages without any physical interaction with each other. It will reduce the touch of an item from one party and to another. That's all from my department.
Wow, it's a brilliant ideas from the sales and marketing department. I think we can use the recommendation about this technology in the sales marketing department. Thank you, Mrs. Umaira. Next, can we hear recommendation and new SOP from front office department?
Now I will start with recommendation for my department, which is front office department. We are ready to greet guests for the hotel reopening. We have provided standard operating procedure that guests need to follow and our employee need to follow. We have trained our employee to have high self-discipline on hygiene during operation. Front office standard operating procedure (SOP) include with 4 stages of guest cycle, which is pre-arrival, arrival, check-in, and check-out. For pre-arrival, guests need to install Bunga Padi Hotel application. They need to create account and fill the digital form with their personal data. And the information will be saved for future stay. If guests want to change the check-in date, they can directly send message through the fast chat. And hotel staff will sanitize all devices and surface that involve guest contact before we start our operation daily. For arrival, first guests need to check their body temperature at the kiosk we provided in front of the door. Second, guests will need to sanitize their hand at the sanitizer dispenser. Hotel staff will make sure to refill the bottle when it empty. This is because the dispenser will have alarm for reminder if the bottle is almost empty. And last step, guests need to scan MySejahtera application for movement tracking. And then move on to check-in. First, guests need to scan QR code for agreement of term and condition. Second, guests need to scan their ID. And third step, guests need to link their credit or debit card with the signature needed and then they will get the virtual key at their mobile phone. Second, guests can use our luggage robot for their heavy luggage. Their belongings will be sent straight to their room. And this is because this robot, they will need to key in their room number. And third step, guests can use their mobile phone to unlock the door. Guests can just touch their phone at the door sensor and the door will open for them. Surface with guest contact will be cleaned regularly every 1 hour. We really determined to have minimal contact with guests to secure their safety. Last, for checkout, guests will get reminder or notification in the application for checkout. Guests can request for luggage robot to pick their luggage and send to hotel lobby. After guests ready to check out, they just need to click checkout button in the application and the receipt will automatically send to guest email registration or the receipt and bill will automatically paid as it linked to credit or debit card registered at the kiosk. That's all for front office department. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Zaiti. It's a great idea about the recommendation to improve the front office department during this pandemic and the new SOP that we can use to our guests that come to our hotel during this COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you, Mrs. Zaiti. Okay, next, can Mrs. Akmal from Housekeeping Department present your idea, please?
To protect all of the guests and housekeeping staff, the housekeeping department has made a new SOP, which is the cleaner need to wear a PPE dress. Before entering the guest room, the housekeeping need to make sure that they have a glove protection, clean mask for storage, cleaning item, and antiseptic protection. Then when they enter the guest room, they need to check all the amenities such as shampoo, conditioner and soap. Before cleaning the guest room, need to remember that the housekeeper should clean her hand, wear clean glove and wear a clean clothes. After that, they should check the guest which is they in the room or not. Do not enter the room without guest permission. Then place an alert at the door so that the guests can know that you have a housekeeper in the room if impossible. Disinfect a phone or tablet or even a personal device. If applicable, use a device or guest room phone to indicate the housekeeper has entered their room. So with this new SOP, guests will feel safe walking and staying in our hotel. Seeing staff wearing a protecting clothing such as mask and glove and PPE dress make it show that our hotel take safety very seriously. So to further reduce the risk, staff need to be isolated themselves in case they have any symptom like cold or flu. The room allocated to a new guest only after 48 to 72 hours of previous guest check out. Every room also need to be equipped with a hand sanitizer while the guests stay in the hotel.
Wow, it's a good recommendation from you. I think housekeeping department can use this new SOP for their staff. This latest SOP will reduce face-to-face interaction between guests and staff too. This latest SOP should be practiced by all the staff in the housekeeping department, and you as a manager should monitor all the work done by your subordinate staff according to the latest SOP given during the COVID-19 pandemic.
The housekeeping department also can use technology such as a maid robot to clean up the room every morning when the room having a guest. With this maid robot, this can do an easy job such as clean the floor. So now the guest has two options. Either they want to choose staff to clean their room or robot. The robot will be in charge of housekeeping, tidying up rooms quickly and efficiently. With this maid robot, the guests can have contact less with the staff. This can prevent the virus to spread. They also can use technology. There are several technology that having helped to enhance and make the housekeeping department more efficient in this pandemic. There is a software that known as a Nevis housekeeping control system, which is used by the housekeeping department to better monitor the condition of rooms and clean rooms. When the room have been cleaned, the detail will be put in the Navy's housekeeping control system, which will allow easier access by housekeeping and the front desk, meaning that all department will be able to know the room available and their condition. With this software, work will be more smoothly to the housekeeping department and other department.
I like your idea of a technology recommendation that could be used during this pandemic. This technology will help the housekeeping department do their work without having to interact or physical contact with the guests. I think we can take a recommendation from you to improve housekeeping department during this COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you, Mrs. Akma, for your idea and recommendation. Okay. Lastly, can we hear from Food and Beverage Department, Mrs. Jessie, please?
We will proceed about the Food and Beverage Department. I will explain what we use in the new SOP and the technology that we use during this pandemic in the hotel industry. Okay, this pandemic COVID-19 bring too much effect to our hotel, especially for the food and beverage department, that is hotel restaurant. The effect of this pandemic to restaurant is one of it is waste of raw material, and there also bring the less supplier to the hotel because of this pandemic. People are not walking around and not going to the restaurant for eating, but just stay at home. Okay, next I will explain about the SOP during the pandemic in the hotel restaurant. For the buffet service, I suggest we will put the sanitizer or the clean water in front of the restaurant before the customer take the food from the buffet line. Then we put the food 1 meter distance between each menu, so that the people who take the foods are still have their own distance from each other. Next is we only can allow 20% for dine in one time for the buffet service, and then we will proceed for the a la carte service. A la carte service also can dine in, and as we know now pandemic COVID-19, we cannot get a short distance between each other, so 1 meter is still proceed, and only 2% in one table. Only the table must be big and cannot enter more than 20% in one time in the hotel restaurant that get a la carte service. Also at the bar service, we open from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. and I suggest for the bar service we use the disposable item, because we only allow for drinking and eating. But before this, bar service, we know that bar service have a service about singing, dancing, but now during this pandemic COVID-19, I suggest only drinking and eating allow, no singing and dancing. So this will take a full distance among them. And then next we will put the chair in the bar with the 1 meter distance from each person. From at the table, we will put the chair 1 meter each. Okay, next I will explain the technology that I suggest during this pandemic COVID-19 for the hotel. First is the payment application. We need to open one QR code for scanning. This is important for payment. If the guest order the food, we do not use cash. we better use the payment application. So this will less the communicate or less contact about us, the employee or the employers with the customer. Second one is for the delivery room service. I suggest we use the robot technology. It is because we can set the robot to the room that the customer and we put the food at the body of the robot, and the robot on sent to the customer, so that the employees and the or the employee or the employers are not contacts too much with the customer, and then the robot will delivery to the front door or the guest room. And third one, I suggest for the menu order application, it is easy to customer to order, and I suggest the hotel provide one gadget in every room for customer for order. As for an example, we put the tablet for the food and beverage service at every room at the hotel, so that the customer only touch the screen and make their order, and that will make us easy, and we only take the order, and we know the room number, and we can ask the robot to send to the room. So that's all from me in the food and beverage department. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Jessie. Thank you for a recommendation and idea from you, Mrs. Jessie. I think that's a really good idea for a new SOP and recommendation about the technology to improve the food and beverage department during this COVID-19 pandemic. For the SOP, we can minimize or reduce guests from physical contact or face-to-face interaction while in the restaurant. As the F&B manager, food and beverage manager, you must ensure that this new SOP is followed by the staff and guests who come to eat to the restaurant. Recommendation for technology also is a very good idea. Since it can reduce the direct contact between guests and staff, this technology can also improve the F&B department at service at this hotel. I think that's all for today. Thank you so much to all of you for your idea, for your suggestion and recommendation to improve our hotel during this COVID-19 pandemic. Your idea, your suggestion, your recommendation to about the new technology or the technology we can use during this COVID-19 pandemic, and about the new SOP we can use during this COVID-19 pandemic is very great, and I enjoy it. Also, I hope that we will work well together to improve our system and service in this hotel during this COVID-19 pandemic. So thank you so much for your time, for attending this meeting today. Thank you.